Hello and welcome to the show. We are here today on GTA 5 with some more racing. We have got more new cars, it's the tuner vehicles. We have a Honda S2000. Well, someone's on the wrong one. That's the one we're supposed to be racing next. But we have an S2000. Whoa! To start out, I probably should be driving the wrong way down the circuit, but never mind. Yeah, we have the S2000. Apparently, not driven this one yet, but apparently this is a very oversteery car. So I might be having a difficult time. We will have to wait and see on this. It's also not very quick. In a brief test race we did with the Celica GT4, someone picked one of these by accident, and it turned out it's terrible compared to the Celica clone. So yeah, it might not be all that fast. A one-make race, it shouldn't matter. Lado is going to get almighty torpedo by somebody, I suspect, although we all managed to kind of torpedo each other. I did not realise there was a longbow going from that side. Well, there might be a torpedo on Lado, but we're not going to get to witness it. We've had too much of a clonky start for that. Ooh, yeah, okay, I see what I mean by the oversteer. This track may be a bit bumpy. Oh, I can see the Lado has been deposited off the circuit. Oh, I'm really surprised I didn't get spun there. Stevie took a big dive and it didn't quite work, and I was fully expecting that to just spit my car sideways, but no, I'm very surprised by that actually, but here we go. Okay, that wandering wide there actually helped. It kind of lined us up for the next corner better than I was expecting it to. Can we get a nice draft down here? We can, but this is not going to be an overtaking spot. Mostly because I don't know the circuit. Neither does Gliska. We've done exactly the same thing through there. That's a really cool sequence of corners. I like that sequence. It is a little bit nasty. Also just noticed the bashed up front end of Bumpy's car makes it look like the Suzuki Cappuccino. Now I want K. To be fair, I've always wanted K cars in GTA 5. Definitely we should get some. Let's go and not do anything stupid through there. Still not quite finding any way to look for a pass. Kind of better off currently just following. These look like they have heavier damage models than some of the cars that we've come across. So, like, some of the update cars do get like fancy damage models. Like Gliska's got quite cambered front wheel. Some of the cars get nothing. The Dominator, for example, just takes slight scratches and that's it. It doesn't really do anything other than that. Ooh, that was moving around a lot. There was a lot of movement. Longbow's going to be really brave. I wasn't expecting a pass quite to come there. And saw it just in time before I committed to the corner. Longbow's not going to make the next turn, though. It was a good dive at that really high-speed section. I will give him that much. Oh, big oversteer from me. We currently just cannot quite catch up to the group ahead. We're going to need to do some teamwork, I think, with Longbow if we're going to get this. Longbow's run a little bit deep into this corner, unfortunately. Longbow ran a little bit deep that put me in a place where I wanted to go with my car. I suddenly couldn't, so I lost all of my momentum as well. Having to lift to avoid a green car in trouble. Oh, we're up very wide through all of this. Come on now. Fine. I hope. But yeah, we're really struggling for pace, actually. This is not great news for me. Let's get this corner right this time around. We do. I'm just not quite sure where I can be quick and where I can't at the moment. We've not got any real danger from behind now. We should be able to do some good. This is where the slipstream and catch-up should be really effective. There's some long straights here. Now we want to work together with Longbow here. We want to bring that car with us. We want to try and sort of catapult our way forward. So yeah, I'm happy to work together with anybody that can help me get out of 7th. I always fight for higher places up than 7th. Gliska's had a big off. That car is a long way. Out of position. Ewan's had a bump somewhere. Okay, it's just a 6th with 2 cars ahead of us. Not quite close enough for slipstream, unless we get a little bit lucky down here. Longbow is going to go to the outside for turn 1. I think we'll be clear by the time we get to this corner. See, yeah, I was a little bit cowardly there. There's been a crash at the front. Longbow's got into trouble as well through there. Ninetails and Chris lead the way. We're now almost a part of the group. So I had a lift through that sort of slip road turn 1 because it is very bumpy and I wasn't sure of the car. I think others were braver than I was through there. Gliska's got a good run down here. Not quite sure where all that speed has come from, but does almost get the pass done. Oh, no! Oh, can I recover this without losing too much time? I can. I was so busy trying not to run into Hyper and make sure we gave Glisker space and didn't lose the back end on our own, and I just didn't have time to... I didn't have time to see that Ewan was having a crash of their own, and when it did happen, there's just no time for me to be able to react on that one. Unfortunately, is the way it goes sometimes, and I've tried a slightly different line that's not worked through there. Come on, get going. We're going to screw ourselves over this one, aren't we? Okay, well, we've got Ewan behind that we can work with, which I'm happy to do so. Oh, that was a little too soon. I was worried we weren't going to get a draft properly going on here. We have managed to get the secondary draft. Here we go. Absolutely launch us up here. Not sure how much speed I dare take in this car. It's not as oversteery as I feared it might be. I just don't really trust it completely yet. Oh, it does. I say I don't really trust it completely. The circuit is very bumpy, and that's not helping with all of this. Is there gonna be a draft from? No, not for me. Okay, that's fine. Game, just don't bother. I swear sometimes it just decides, you know what? We're not going to give you a draft. No real reason. Oh, no! I saw a spinning Hyper, and I had to do what I could to avoid it. And, yeah, I avoided the spinning Hyper. The problem was I just misjudged the positioning for my car. That's really problems for me now. It might not be completely over. The thing that gives me hope is that the pack is quite bunched up, and we aren't a million miles away. So there's a chance still of a good finish. Yeah, that's really unlucky. I saw the accident. The bit that annoys me is that there was 100% a gap that would have fitted my car. Like, I could have got through there fine, and I had the right idea. I just misjudged it a tiny bit too much to the inside, and yeah, beans it up myself. We've got Liam behind us. I mean, oh, never mind. I say, we've worked together before to come from a long way back to being in contention at the end of a race. It might be a tall order with this fewer laps to go, but Liam then hit the wall and has dropped back regardless. Is my car pulling to the left? I think it might be. Difficult to tell. Maybe a little bit. It's certainly quite battered. These definitely do take more damage than we see from a lot of vehicles. Oh, there goes a little slide as it hits on the bumps through whatever corner number that may be. We're kind of hoping... We're hoping for the leaders to get into just a small bit of trouble. We don't want big crashes that just drops vehicles out of contention, but we want the group to be slowed down rather than cars drop out of it. Because then we want to be in a position where we could potentially get a slipstream should the opportunity arise. Now, we're not going to lift this time around. We stay off the bumps quite nicely through all of that. It's a little lift on the way into here. We've made a lot of speed through there. That's good. Now, the plus point I get, until we're up to the back of Longbow, is we are free to take the corner how we want. So I'm not going to be compromised by the cars ahead of me if they check up, if they have to be slow, because I don't have to avoid them when I'm far enough back. But downside is I'm far enough back that I'm not going to be getting any slipstream either. Chris has run wide and is in the wall. Now that gives me a position, but it doesn't really help me in the long run. We've not got any real teammates here to help slipstream forward. Ewan's departure from the lead pack also not of all that much help to me. The only thing it does help with is that if we do catch the train, we will have one less car to try and figure out a way past. I think I broke something through there. My car does not feel right. Felt like it was diving into the floor. Damage is definitely more of an issue with these. We are now in the group. We've caught up to it. Where is a gap going to appear through all of this, though? We've got to run to the inside. I really don't trust my car. It is quite broken, and yeah, that is not so helpful. Oh. Across all of these bumps. We're going to stick it around the outside. I mean, that overall, pretty pleased with that run down the back straight to take it, to get it up to second. Now, our car has I've struggled with this corner, getting this corner right. Where is Ninetails? Ninetails is alongside. We have not got any... Oh no, Ninetails is way further back. Do they have a good enough run? No, they're not going to do it! We somehow snuck a victory from nowhere! I was not expecting that at all. Where did that come from? Ninetails was really slow on that corner exit. I thought Ninetails were going to be stuck alongside us, but no. We just drove away. Bumpy's found a parking spot. We just drove away. We do get fast enough on that race. I presume that was on the final lap of the race there. Yeah, we just got out in front. We built a big enough gap. As I said, I presume Ninetales got it sideways heading down that last straight and fell too far back. Maybe checked up a few cars behind. That is not the result I expected. I thought we'd screwed it, but you know what? I'll take a victory when we can get it. So, we head to our next race using the RX-7 alike, which is ZR350, I think. I think I remember the name of it, which is annoyingly close to, well, I say it's annoyingly close. 350. Why wouldn't you call the 350Z clone in here a 350 rather than the RX-7? I don't know. It feels unnecessarily close to a real car. You could use any numbers, and that's the one you go for. But regardless, we've got an RX-7, which is cool and costs like 1.7 million. All of these cars are stupendously expensive, which is annoying. We're not going to have a dive there. That one? Yeah, no, let's not go for that one. That's not worth it at all. Ninetales is going to make the inside of a 4 wide. I am going to actually just sit and give it a second. Oh, it's not quite the space to get away with that, but it's fine. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, we'll sit back here, we'll get a big toe down one of these straights, and we'll find ourselves back in the lead of the race, potentially. Purple car backed out of that one as well from Hyper. These are much more planted than the S2000 alike. Oh dear. I don't even remember what the name of the S2000 alike is. It's just the cars now are so close. It might as well just be the actual thing. We're going to not do anything silly through there. We're just going to have a really big run down the back straight. Not going to have anywhere to go with said big run. Blakey's found the space. We've found a great run on the outside. I mean, do we want to test the bump drafting? I'm kind of curious. Oh, they've been left a space here. We're like 7 wide down the motorway. I'm going to go on the brakes really nice and early there. I know that if I don't, we're going to end up understeering. We're still actually might understeer into our teammate a bit through there. But yeah, it was such a tight, that was extreme tight line through there. We're going to have to go on the brakes crazy early, but no one is going to be following me on a line that tight, so we're not going to have too many issues with someone running to the back of us, for example. Go, Blakey, go! These might be able to push. Oh, we've got a massive amount of speed going on there. I don't quite know why, but we do. Cool, I'll take it. We'll head up through turn 1. Gliska has got collected by Blakey, or nudged by Blakey. Difficult again. We only see like the end of the crash, so can't really comment too much on it. But that has made a nice gap for me and Hyper to running clean out, and Liam made it through. Right. Now, there seems to be, some of these bumps down here, you can kind of get a pseudo curb boost off some of the bumps on the exit of that corner, depending on where you put your vehicle. We have a car. Oh, I was actually fully expecting a dive bomb to go there. There'd have plenty of space for it to happen. I think Hyper did go for it in the end, but wasn't expecting there to be so much space. Like, I'm happy to not do anything. It's not going to last. It's like, I'm happy to not do anything too stupid and work together to try and pull a gap for as long as possible. However, Liam is pretty close with Ninetales for company, so that gap's probably not going to last for long. I mean, that's the point of having the slipstream to catch up on, is even if you have a bit of an iffy start, you can, you have a chance to recover and all that. Here comes Liam with a big draft down this motorway bit. We'll move across. We clear. Okay, we've got no one directly. Ninetales is catching, so don't weave too much. Here we go. Now we get a huge pull down the outside. We'll go the long way around at the end of the motorway this time about. Liam gets a big kick of oversteer, probably helped by hitting that sort of little patch of grass. That can cause some issues. Ninetales were a little slow through there. It's got nothing I can do here. Liam with a little bit of lag almost got launched over Ninetales' car. Here is... Oh, God. That's the sort of double team on Liam, but it would have happened too late if that was a run to the line. I mean, always say it's kind of useful to know this stuff, but the final lap, never see it. Whatever, we can find some consistency every other lap, and the final lap, always something else happens. So, yeah, testing that. It's always good to know what to expect, but it's racing. It doesn't always go the way you expect, really. We're going to get to the lead of the race again. This time, not sure what way Danger Man was going there. I started moving across, and did not quite realise the closing speed of that one. The closing speeds are quite dramatic with these when they get going. That's something to bear in mind. That's not so bad, but from further back, it is easy to misjudge it a little bit. Oh, saw a purple car at the inside super late. I just didn't think someone was going to have a go there. I saw the nose. I think we were mostly okay with where we turned in, but yeah, that was nearly a big crash. These seem to have some level of damage. They were more damage than the Dominator. Maybe not quite as extreme as we saw from the S2000. I got no slipstream behind Hyper. We can go out and chase Danger Man. Ninetales will clear us. Where is that purple car? Far enough back. We're going to just kind of run it in here fairly normally. Might be able to sneak a pass on Ninetales, or maybe not. Nope. I'm going to lift out of that. I do not want to hit the pile of dirt. The pile of dirt, that would end poorly. Oh, back of the car moving around again. I like these Tudor cars so far. I have to say, they have all been pretty good fun to drive. Doing it to Turtle 1. They're kind of they're lively without being horrific, which is fun. We're gonna get a pass done. Danger Man there. That was a brave pass, and I can just pull it up in time. So we don't end up in the back of Ninetales. I was worried about it. Was a brave pass on Danger Man. There wasn't a huge amount. There was a car's width. It just wasn't much more than a car's width left for Danger Man. I was making sure. Oh god, we got a sudden amount of speed there that I did not expect. God, that was the bump. That was the pseudo curb boost off the bump, combined with slipstream, and I was suddenly going way quicker, and because the car was in the air a bit, I didn't have time to pull it out of the way. We just spun ourselves out. I mean, that's a good sign, actually. If I can do that and not murder Ninetales' car, that's a generally pretty good sign. These things are good for close wheel-to-wheel racing, because it means they're less likely to have the wacky physics collisions. Yes, it's a little unfortunate for me, but I'd rather it be the car that does the booping that gets the worst of it, if you like. But yeah, the fact that thing didn't immediately spin out of my way suggests that these might be okay for some GTA collisions. Right, we're going to actually lift off the throttle. I know it seems slightly weird coming onto a straight, but the hope is, if I'd stayed in the throttle, me and Gliska would be stuck side by side. So if I lift off full back, we can get a run, and then we can give slipstream to Gliska, and then we can work together to pull ourselves up to this lead group. So that is why I went for that idea there. 3 wide is not going to fit. It really did well. I mean, we made it through, but it's kind of bottlenecked everybody up into this massive mess. Side by side through the gate is brave. Oh, and then that didn't work. Well, I mean, they might be okay for contact, but you can still pit maneuver them if you really try. It's just so busy. That was so busy. It's such a narrow section on the track as well. It's always possible to end in tears, and I thought I was getting in the wall or something worse through there. We're carrying so much speed. We got such a run. I think it's so crowded here. It's so crowded, and because everyone's checking up a little bit on funny lines, if you do get a run, it feels even faster. Like the differential of speed feels way more sometimes around here. Here we go, over the bump. This time, no one getting too fast into the back of somebody's car. Oh, I should have gone for the inside there, really. I think it would have been clear to do so. I chickened out of it. This is the final lap. I mean, we've still got a good portion of the lap to go, and we know that back straight. The most important thing is be in contention by the straights. Yeah, if you make a mistake now, you're not going to recover. Lose a place, that's fair enough, or fail to gain a place at the moment, and you might still have a chance, but you have a big wreck, and it is game over now. Slipstream and catch-up is good and all, but it cannot rectify every mistake. Liam's on a really funny line, as is Hyper. We've kind of fought ourselves into a really awkward corner. I'm going to do the same thing I did last lap around, only this time it was a little bit not quite as effective in there. No, I should have dropped a little further back before booting it. Liam is going to push us up the hill pretty much there. Oh, back end's let go. Oh, that's not gone well. I think we might have... I think between our little fight has really not helped. So unless Dangerman and Gliska get into a load of trouble coming on to the start. Oh, Hyper's very brave through there. That's a really narrow little gap to go for. I don't think it's not gonna matter because I've got the much better run on the back of Liam's car. Yeah, we're way too far back. Oh, and I mistimed that one. I don't know who got that. Yeah, I haven't quite got the closing speed sorted on these cars. There's a couple of mistiming with that. Thankfully, it didn't really affect anybody other than me. We left it a little too late to duck out of the slipstream. We didn't get it in the end on Liam. Liam takes the podium spot, but yeah, I kind of fight down that back section, let Glisker and Dageman get far enough away that they were clear. That's a fun circuit. It's bumpy and sketchy in a couple of places. The RX-7 alike is a pretty nice car to drive, actually. I do rather like that one. The S2000 clone is not so fond of the bumps and does suffer damage a fair bit more than a lot of the kind of add-on cars. So there we go. Still quite good fun. That is going to be it though for this video. Thank you all very much for watching, and thank you to Level 8 for building this wonderful track. That is going to be it from me. Until next time, goodbye.